What is going on, guys? DBG here. In this video we are going to be doing a gameplay with the new Jayson Tatum card in NBA 2K20 MyTEAM. If you guys are new to the channel, subscribe. Trying to hit 200,000 subscribers as soon as possible. Trying to hit it by the end of July, and right now we're just over 15,000 off, so it's looking like we may actually be able to hit it. So obviously, if you guys are going to be watching this is a post commentary. The live commentary, unfortunately, something went wrong with my microphone and it just didn't record, so I had to record it as a post com. But hopefully you guys will still be able to see in general what Jayson Tatum is like. Also, I played some TTO because I wasn't entirely sure when the servers were going down and didn't want to give this guy a loss, and it turns out it's actually a little bit after this. I got the hours wrong, mixed up because of time difference. But Tatum has got 44 Hall of Fame badges. He's got pretty much all the ones that matter. As in, he's got range extender, he's got clamps, he's got intimidator, he's got interceptor, he's got quick draw, he's got pogo, which is needed if he does happen to switch onto a big man. He's got fancy footwork as well. Got downhill handles for days, tight handles, unblockable. So he's got all the badges, and then he's got a bunch of gold ones as well. Stats wise, he's got a solid but not unbelievable post game. A 3-point shot, 96, great mid-range shot, great dunk, great handle, good passing stats. He's got a solid enough interior defense. It's not bad, so if he does get switched onto a center, he's not going to be screwed, but he's got great perimeter defense. He's not the greatest interior defender though. Great speed as well as great lateral quickness. One thing that I do always check now on players is tendency. So comp ball steal tendency of 60 is not terrible, but it's not great. Again, it's not like 91 like Eddie Jones. It's not the 95 MJ. And it's one of those kind of underappreciated stats. Again, with tendencies, some of them matter, some of them don't. I don't exactly know how much of a difference some of them make. I know foul tendency does matter, so I'm not sure what 50 is like. But sure, look, it is what it is. So, as I said earlier in the video, I didn't want, because he's still trying to go 12-0, I didn't necessarily want to get a loss in his account because there was potential that, and I also got my hours mixed up. So, right now when this video is going to be released, when it's editing, the servers will still either be just gone down or just about to go down. And I completely valued the hours difference between, I thought it was Eastern time, didn't realize the difference between Eastern time and Central time. So yeah, that is completely my fault. But you can still genuinely see what Tatum's like playing TTO. There is one big thing with Jayson Tatum. So going on to his hot zones and release. His release, lads, it's back. You know the way I always said it, that if they gave Tatum his Amethyst release back, he'll be so much better. Everyone talking about how they wanted OPAL Tatum, and I always said it, they needed to give him the same release, the Amethyst, which is 107. They actually changed it for the Diamond and Pink Diamond. They did it, lads. They gave him base 107 again. So 107 is a release that is so quick. If you play meter on 107, there's the meter delay, which is a thing, but they fixed it. So that means that there's a difference in the green point of 107. So while I'm not the best player in the world with this release, like obviously if you're looking at these clips right here, I'm greening everything with them, but trust me, you'll see it a little bit later in the gameplays. I much prefer 98 slash, do I prefer this to 107? Or say to base 11, it's close. I prefer 38 and 98. I know there are people that love this 107. So he's got to really go behind the back. His through the legs isn't ideal. Again, you can't spam his through the legs, but at the same time, like, how effective really is through the leg spamming as anyone who knows what they're doing? Like, if you're playing against someone that knows how to play defense, through the leg spam isn't really going to get you anywhere, especially if you're playing an off-ball defender. You can't really glitch by that many off-ball defenders through the legs like you can with it behind the back. But either way, he's still going to be, I think, significantly better than had he had the release of the Diamond or Pink Diamond. But again, we have got a really nice Jayson Tatum card. Thankfully, he can play the 2. Because that's kind of a big one. Because you're seeing it more and more now. A lot more cards being able to, really good cards being able to play the 2. Because the 2 guard was that really weak position where it was really T-Mac or spend 4 million on Jordan or grind 120 hours for Kobe. Now there's a lot of viable options in that position that aren't named Nick Batum, who a lot of people were using in a lot, even in high overall squads. So anyway, now it's game with 3, and now we're going to get on to the games. So first game, we're playing against Dwayne Wade, Manute Bol, and Paul George. So any lineup with Dwayne Wade, just like in other guys like Bingo Smith, if you see him in lineups, I'm normally worried about them because they have the potential to just cook people. And this was a battle of, I thought it was going to be a battle of 98/Wade versus 107, 2 of the quickest release in the game, as Tatum goes and greens right there. But fortunately for me, this guy didn't know how to use Dwayne Wade. Didn't know how to use him at all. But Tatum's release on the move is straight cash as well, because his upper is pretty nice. Which again, most people, their moving shots are very similar, and it's all about their upper. and I do actually really like his upper for shooting that moving shot. So in general, I found Tatum to just be really good at almost everything. Like, he could create his own shot, he could go to the basket if needed. It was a bit of a weird case. If he was from Hall of Fame Limitless, his release sped up though a lot. Like, you'll see it in some of the clips that I do start shooting a lot of the lates when he's too deep. And I know that happens because when I used to play with the meter, it was so obvious people's releases sped up when they shot from very deep. And I don't know if it was just a case of me or that's the thing with the card. I'll have to use the card a lot more before I'll say for sure. But you guys can see here, like, he can straight up cook. Like, the only reason this game was close is because this guy was hitting whites, and thankfully he wasn't a very good player. Like, thankfully he wasn't even, like, he didn't shoot a single 3-pointer with Dwayne Wade. So that's when you kind of know someone just has Dwayne Wade for sake of having Dwayne Wade. A really nice fadeaway right there, gets into the basket quite well. Has a nice hop step. I didn't use it much though. I did not use it much because, let's be real, if you have a 107 player, you're going to be using the 3-hunt. You are going to be using that specific card with that release, the 3-hunt. Just like there's no, like when you're looking at Dwayne Wade or Glenn Rice. Realistically, at the end of the day, you are going to be using those guys to 3-hunt and not dunk. And that's really what I did in these games. Although we can. Like, if you want him to rim run, he can do it. And then suddenly we hit takeover in this game, and it is just game over. Once a card like this gets sharp takeover to boost that green window, it's game over. Pretty much, to be honest, once they get green machine, it's game over with these type of cards. Then game 2, we come up against one of the easiest opponents we can face. Steve Nash, who's too undersized, Melo, who just sucks, and Kevin Durant, who doesn't have clamps. As much as people like to say Melo's release is fixed, he still can't shoot in the corners. The hitch is gone, but he still can't shoot in the corners. And we start off greening in Melo's face. He steps back too much, and you can tell this guy's kind of a beginner player with the fact that he didn't seem to want to guard the limitless range shot in a game where everyone has limitless. Hakeem just missed a block right there that I thought he was 100% certain to get. And we go and hit our first white in the entire video. And that's started a string of bad luck until we started greening again, thankfully. This was, as you guys will see from the score, like, this was a close game. This was one of the worst games I ever played. This was straight up one of the worst games I ever played. I lost the green spot. I kept shooting slightly late. So basically, it happens. Shooting is about getting in a rhythm. And until I got takeover, I really didn't get in that rhythm. So say if you start mistiming 3 or 4 in a row and they're all the same mistime, and you're getting into a rhythm of constantly mistiming shots, it's honestly hard to find a green window again. So I was out of rhythm, but thankfully he hit a white to give me takeover. So it was definitely a bit of luck involved, and just overall, Tatum can kind of do everything. I was just kind of running side to side here at stages, and I did a really dumb thing there. You Sham God in this game, something bad will happen. Like, it's not like 2K19. Like, even playing 2K19, the Sham God, a lot of good things happened with the Sham God. This year, if you Sham God, something bad's gonna happen. Quick stop there, and an easy 3-pointer from Jayson Tatum. So yeah, that is pretty much it. Sorry again, this couldn't have been a live commentary, and also sorry I couldn't use him in Unlimited. So how do I think Jayson Tatum is going to play? I think he's going to be a really nice card because he's got good dribble animations, and 107, as much as it's not quite as smooth as 98 or 38, it is a really good release. Like, it is really good. He is like a 6'8" Tyler Hero. You're going to be seeing him used, I think, a lot as a 3-hunter. But the thing is with Tatum is he can be a cone. Like, Tatum, because he can create his own shot, I'd put Tatum over Paul George. I'm saying that right now. In terms of rim running, PG probably better, but if you want to actually create with a 2-guard, especially if you're running like a Magic Johnson or a Simmons or a Giannis at the 1, and you don't particularly like Glenn Rice, Tatum is a perfect player to use. Like, he can play as both a rim runner or a 3-hunter, and that is a rarity for wings in this game. So he's one of the few, like, obviously Rudy can do it as well. Paul George to an extent. Paul George does not have a good hezzy, so he can't read. Like, Paul George is the best cone in the game, but he's a cone. Whereas Rudy obviously is that little bit better. So I think like Tatum is a top 7 or a 2-guard in this game. I wouldn't really play him at small forward position because I think there are definitely better alternatives that are small forward / power forward. But he is an elite card. No question about it. This is a card that, if you really are a Celtics fan, is going to be fantastic. Thankfully, they gave him 107. They took away his original release, because with the original release, I would have just called him another bang average wing. However, with that release, he becomes an ultra cheesy card that, with a super fast release, that can also play at a position where, in general, players are weak. Do I think he's going to be worth buying? If he's like 250k or less, yes. If he's more than that, I think we're literally within a couple of weeks of the market completely crashing. And on top of that, I think whatever we get tomorrow could be huge. And if you do really want like 3-point hunters, I think it'll be very, very soon, especially with the fact we saw Caldwell last week and we saw Daquan Cook yesterday, that we're going to be seeing pink diamond cards that'll be doing very, very similar things to this card at 1/20th or 1/10th of the price. However, if you are a Celtics fan, if you're a Tatum fan, this card's going to be great. Anyway, that's the video. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.
I think you only love me cause I'm poppin'. This a layup, this a rebound, then it's right, man. Tyson